Right on, and welcome to my slow motion Stellaris stream. And yeah, this is my late game save. The frame rate obviously has some problems already, but that can always be explained by my antique hardware and so on and so forth. What the real slowness is, though, is the game. It goes on for a week or so. You can see here from the top right corner. And then there are these freezes, and during these freezes you can actually see how my resource income gets shuffled around, especially shown on the science tab. So what I'm thinking is that sector AI during those freezes is actually doing its thing, whatever it is, and shuffling pops around and stuff like that. So anyway, I was going to stream for a bit to showcase how enjoyable my late game is. And while I'm on the subject, let's actually check out what a fleet would look like. Well, actually the frame rate is surprisingly high. I was kinda expecting the streaming to take it down a bit. So I don't know, it's probably something like 10 frames per second. But there's no shooting going on, so that explains a lot. If there was a big fight, we would go well below 5 frames. And have intermittent freezes as well. And I think those freezes are not related to graphics, I think they are related to the background processes of this game. And that's kind of worrying because my machine is an old one. It's my processor is Intel i7-920, I think. I've overclocked it a fair chunk. It's running at 3.4 gigahertz. It's a quad-core processor with hyper-threading and triple-channel memory controller and stuff like that. So anyway, it's old. It was released in 2009, so it's starting to be a 7-year-old processor, but still, I'd like to say the end game performance of Stellaris with big empires, with big maps. This is the standard map size, 600 stars, I think.
Complete.
Still, I'd like to claim that the end game performance is worryingly bad, truly. As it's playable. The fun thing is it's actually playable. It's a strategy game, so. And the UI doesn't become completely unresponsive. Even during these freezes, I can select things. I can hang on. Where should I? What would be the easiest way? Let's go with this one. I can select things. I can actually click orders for them. Let's wait for a freeze, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we are on a freeze. Now I clicked already. It takes 5 seconds until the freeze is complete, and then all the actions I made will actually be given to the game. So I can queue up stuff by clicking on buttons and they will come around. But it is it is confusing to say the least. So I don't exactly like that. And well, this has been my game for the past few days. I just launched Stellaris and I wait around for my tech, and that's about it. I can chat with people while I'm doing this or do whatever on my second monitor and stuff. It's really quite engaging, not. And then again, if I'm to conquer the galaxy, you can see this is this is not very big vassal here, the Ether Holy Principality, but I have been annexing them for like maybe 300 months. I don't remember what the timer was when I started. And we are now under 50 months, so we are gonna get it done soon enough. However, this Galactian Galactic Union, which is also my vassal, I'm pretty sure it would take far longer than that. And I can't even check how much it would take. So with the slow motion in play, it might take, well, tens of hours of active game running time. Cannot really say active playing, as I'm not really doing that much. I wonder if there was someone here who I could vassalize in a quick and decisive war. They are all pretty much allied. Ooh, independent. Interesting. Yeah, these guys could become my loyal vassals. It's actually interesting because you can vassalize anything in this game for a 60 war score. I'm not sure if it's intended, but it certainly makes for a rather interesting gameplays. I think when Europa Universalis IV released, it had kind of the same thing. You could always, if I remember right, you could always annex anything for a 100 war score, no matter the size. Of course, that did result in crazy amounts of overextension and aggressive expansion, but I think those early world conquerors had ways of dealing with that. And oh, this is also interesting. When I won my game, I had my armies conquering this place, Rontus Prime. It was the home world of one of these aliens I was at war with, and well, it so happened that all my 18 armies are lost in limbo somewhere. They are not in a transport fleet, they are not exactly on the planet, but they still appear in the outliner. So I think someone has reported this bug, so hopefully someone has reported this bug. And problem is I don't know what causes it, and I don't have the energy to start trying to reproduce it. An end game crisis. The thing is, I don't know what those are. I have not researched any of those dangerous techs yet. I suppose those could launch them. What I did have during mid-game, I would say, I had my primal race, the Jehetma, some colonists on a desert world, well, I'd say no, started gene modding themselves into post-Jehetma, and that triggered a series of events that very much looked like it would actually result in a civil war or something, but for reasons unknown, there was a one terrorist strike, Jehetma against post-Jehetma, and another one vice versa. And after that the events stopped. So if that was my late game crisis, then it has bugged out on me. Yeah, you could be right, Dennis. It could also be that because there were the funny thing about occupying the planet is that it all happened simultaneously, because by occupying that planet I got the war score required for the enemy to surrender, and it all happened kinda instantly, and then I had to pop up on my screen, you have won the domination victory. Let's show that as well. And the reason I Where is it now? Ah, there. The reason it even happened was because I had a defensive war and I had put a war goal for vassalizing this big chunk of galaxy here, this Galactic Union. And my guess is that vassals actually do count towards domination victory, because I cannot explain it otherwise. I was not colonizing any planets at the moment, and but that was actually just an interesting thing. What's this? Ocean ships. Yeah, well, those things are probably triggered by the texts, which have a red outline and they say something about the dangerous technology. I have refrained from researching any of them because I've been kind of, well, okay, I've been just colonizing, come on, half the galaxy, and after that I won some wars, and now I've been reorganizing my fleet, which is a pain as well. And the next thing I'm gonna do, at least theoretically, is wipe out these fallen empires. Oh, that was kind of the plan, but the game is going so slowly and I'm not sure if I will ever get to that point. But who knows? I mean, it's like 1 month every 2 minutes or so. Basically, if I... actually it could be faster. 1 month per... one month per minute maybe. So... actually that's 5 years per hour. I see the matriarch is the one with the achievement, right? Right, okay. Well, I haven't seen anything about Unbidden or the AI, so I guess they are still unresearched, or they just haven't happened yet. Oh, every crisis. Well, I wonder which.
Research complete.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I don't have any research agreement bonuses here, so at least none of my vassals have researched sentient AI. So, how about some flash coolant, because it's cheap as chips. Yeah, go right ahead. So this is my slow motion Stellaris gameplay. Very engaging. This is my current pet project. I'm just building up a... oh wait, that was a mistake, but who cares? I'm trying to build up a tomb world with a pretty interesting race. I think these were minor race I enlightened. I think, I don't remember anymore. But look at this, extremely adaptive and venerable. That's just, I think that's like 9 racial points, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see they can actually get 50% happiness, habitability here on the tomb world, which is kinda insane as well. But yeah, the frame rate makes makes things a bit more nasty than they should be. And impar management. This is like the, how should I put it? This is the most annoying thing in the game. We are supposed to be playing a 4x that forms into a grand strategy game and so on and so forth. It doesn't feel like that right now. It just feels a regular 4x where things, when they get large, they get really hard and really annoying to manage. I haven't found any ledger kind of thing where I could check things from a big list. The only thing I have is this impar list, which lists sectors, and then I have to click on a sector to, to expand it. And there's no expand all or collapse all buttons. There's not a simple listing of every planet I have which I could sort by some statistic. If I want to find, for example, a good planet to add to my directly controlled planets, assuming I research my 8th, my next admin upgrade, and I wanna detach one planet from these sectors, I have almost 200 planets. It's insane to start searching for this, manually through here. Not to mention it's sluggish. It's just it's not nice. Paradox, please fix. Please fix a lot of things with sectors. They are broken. So that's one of my bigger annoyances right now. Because at one point I started building spaceports everywhere. Because spaceport plus solar panel is like free spaceport. You don't pay much upkeep for that. So I was, quite literally manually clicking around here. Oh god, this is horrible. Clicking like this. There we go. Yay. Install solar panel. Let's go black. This is a bonus, by the way. At least when you go back to the previous window through the menu here, it remembers where you were on the window. So it doesn't reset back to start. So you can actually quite quickly click one after another when you are mass building spaceports or something. But still, it's way more sluggish than it should be. Do we really need to have animated, animated pop faces here? If that's one thing that's causing frame rate loss, I don't think it is really. I think it's just a mass of information or something. But yeah, that's enough of that really. It's just sad. Looks like we're in the middle of a freeze. Would this make a good... No, it wouldn't, because there are more than one planet in a system. That's also nasty for sectors, and if you want to detach a good planet. So you add systems to sectors, not planets. But that's kind of nasty, because if you want to have some nice planet you want to add to your directly controlled planets, you have to find a system where there's only one planet, and that planet is good. Basically, if you're lucky, you will find a system which has two planets which are both good, and then you can add those, and then disregard one of your previous ones. For example, I have one sub 20 planet in my directly controlled planets. Not that it matters anymore at this point of the game. It really doesn't. But it's just thing to consider. A lot sectors need rework. Yeah. Well, I think I've said that indirectly a few times already. So that was my small little, quick little rant about the state of the Stellaris endgame. It's, for me, it's close to unplayable, thanks to the strategic nature of the game. I can actually somehow play it despite low frame rate. However, the game speed is quite appalling, and I'm not sure how to fix that. I haven't even tried. I don't want to try. One of my initial thoughts was that I have a lot of large sectors, over 200 size sectors. There's some that was 350, yeah. This one, near my home world. And I was kind of thinking that perhaps there's some algorithm that does, you know, population optimization for tiles or something sector wide, and that's causing, you know, very large sectors to blow the whole thing up. But that would be actually quite easily solved if they would actually just make a size limit for sectors, which is one thing they should do, because right now the number of sectors, this sector limit, is very irrelevant. You can have sectors of any size and there's no negativity whatsoever for having one huge sector, for example. Yeah, look at my uprisings. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, those poor bastards. How can I have 3.2k supporters while I only have 2,700 pops? I'm going to guess, and that's the likely cause, that it also counts your vassal pops, which happen to belong to your vassal's loyalist faction. Can I notice any colony names which would not be my own? No, I cannot. Yeah. Well, that's funny as crap as well. Oh dear. Right, well, enough of this rant. It's soon time for my bedtime anyway, so I'm gonna just cut the stream here. Okay. Cut the stream, so enjoy your Stellaris. Despite the rant, it's not a bad game. It's actually quite enjoyable in the early and mid game. The end game becomes a performance swamp for me.
Construction complete.
And well, I guess, you know, having basically won the game already, it's one thing to add to the dissatisfaction. Interesting. So, which... Okay, I think I'm gonna add that system to the... well, to this sector. Eventually. Okay, no, maybe really. I am going to stop the stream and call it a night. So, good night, folks. Enjoy your games.